Alright guys, we're back with a new series. So we're gonna install a few of the Quickchange kit that we have in stock. These are now available for E36, E46, E9X, S chassis, also 370Z with a steel subframe. Today we're gonna walk around the E9 kit. All of our kits are created to be around OEM mounting points, so you don't need a specific jig to install the Quickchange in your subframe. So any DIYers out there that want to install their subframes their way, will be able to do it. So this is the front plate. This is going to be in the front of the drive flange. These two bolts will be used on the OEM front diff bushing. This is a clearance plate. So in the front of the subframe, you'll need to do a notch. So the Quickchange is clearing the subframe, and this is the filler material that you'll be using for filling the notch. These are the two rear plates. So these are bolted to the Quickchange to connect to the rear plate. And this is the bridge. So this is used to connect the left side and the right side of the subframe when you're fitting the plates. These are not mandatory, but these are meant to replace the OEM bushings if you don't have those in the front. So the first step would be to install the front plate. So you'll need to remove the front bolts, and there's an offset in the front plate. So this is very important to clock it the right way. Everything will be clearly stated in the install guide. So as you see in the front, the center of the piece is more toward the left side. You'll have a longer leg on the right side and a shorter leg on the left side. You'll need a 9/16 key to tighten those. Make sure those are tight, because this is what makes the diff align with the subframe. So one of the first step, you'll need to make some clearance roughly on the subframe to make sure you can put the winters in place. The width of the diff is about 8 inch, and the total width will be about 9.5 inches. So we'll just make a clearance for 8 inch in the center. For the front plate, we'll bend this and place it like it will be on the subframe, and just make 2 marks on the side to make a little square. These don't need to be so precise since it's just clearance, so just mark everything roughly. For the next notch, we'll mark the rear. It's gonna be 8 inch wide. The whole ear is approximately the center of the subframe. Just make our mark here and measure 4 inch on each side. So we'll take a straight edge to just make a straight line. Once our marks are done, we can use a sawzall with the long blade to cut the subframe up. Now that the rear is removed, we can go ahead and remove the front. Since we have to go through the tubing, the grinder is much easier to do this job. So these are designed to be flush with the subframe. We'll just need to make the surface nice, remove all the sharp edges. I think the plate will be perfect at the good height. So the diff is back on the table. The subframe is all notched up. So we can go ahead and take the subframe and place it over the diff. After that, we can go ahead and install the front bolts and tighten those, so everything will be at its place. Now that the diff is mounted into the subframe, we can see that the plate needs a little more clearance just to make it safe. For our final mark for the width of the rear diff, I'm gonna take a plate, put it on the rear Quickchange mounting face. Make sure it's straight. After that, we can just draw a line on the subframe. So this is the final cut that we need to make. We'll just mark the line all the way around. So with the straight edge again, we're gonna draw some straight lines between the top mark and the lower mark. Same thing for the other side. With the curve here, it's much easier if you just do a little line with your grinding wheel, and after that you place your sawzall saw to finish the cut. So after the cut, we take a flat disc and remove some paint to maximize the penetration on the plate that we're gonna weld on the subframe. So with the subframe prepped up, we're gonna install the plate on the Quickchange with the bolt that we supply. So the smaller plate is on the right side, the larger plate is on the left side. Before tightening everything's down, I like to place the bridge at its place. So we can now take the subframe and put it back over the Quickchange. We can now install the front bolts and tighten everything back. Now that everything is back at its place, we're ready with the welding gun and just make a few tacks all around the corners. And after that, we can remove the diff and go ahead and weld everything correctly. While we're here, we can just tack in place the clearance plate. Make sure everything's all right. Just to make a few more welds, we're gonna protect the Quickchange with a damp towel, and the underside of the Quickchange is protected with our skid plate. We can now go ahead and remove the Quickchange. With the diff remove, we now have access to all the corners, so we're gonna weld it properly and then the subframe will be complete. So now that the subframe is all buttoned up, everything is welded together, you can powder coat your subframe to make it clean. And we also have some OEM axle adapters. So this is a new product. This is for BMW OEM axles. And this is a product that we already have on sale. So it's a 370 axle adapters.